Oh, make sure I'm in the camera. There we go. Right. Hi. I don't know what this video is about because I forgot. I decided to make this video and I went over and I pressed record and I stood back here and then it went clear right out of my head. Actually, while we're on the subject of that, a while ago, quite a while ago, I made some videos called Weird Sayings. If you remember. If you don't, it's alright either way, whether you do or not. We made some videos called Weird Sayings. Talk about weird things that we tell our children and stuff like that, and weird things that people say in everyday conversation without even noticing that what they've just said is a bit weird. And I think I uploaded the videos as funny sayings and more funny sayings. Well, that's another one right there. It's gone clear right out of my head. How can it go clear right out of your head? It's impossible. It can't go clear out of your head. And why only right, not left? Then there's you're always on my mind. It means you're always in my thoughts, but you can't always be on someone's mind. I mean, for a start, they're not always thinking about you, are they? No, they can be thinking about other things. Because your mind, or your brain, or whatever you want to call it, your consciousness, thinks about several million things at once. Because without you knowing about it, your mind is thinking about your arms moving. Your mind is thinking about your legs working. If you're dancing or something, your mind's thinking about, you know, making everything move. This is the weirdest form of dancing I've ever seen. I don't dance like this, don't worry. Can you imagine? You go to a club and there's this guy that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, so the fact that you might have been thinking about someone, yeah, isn't going to be that you're thinking about them constantly. Is you're going to be thinking about them a little bit compared to all the other things your brain is thinking about. You can't be on someone's mind anyway because the school's in the way. I mean, it's quite a simple one. Oh, then there's ones we say to children, like, look where you're going, not where you've been, and watch where you're putting your feet. Well, you can't look where you're going and watch where you're putting your feet at the same time, can you? Unless you're walking along doing this. So that's why Paula Radcliffe does that. Work these things out. She's looking where she's going, she's looking where she's been. And you know, then there's ones to do with wanking, isn't there? There's quite a lot to do with wanking. Like bashing the bishop. I've never seen a bishop without wanting to bash him anyway, because I don't like fucking religious people and I don't like Christianity. So if I ever saw a bishop, I'd probably want to wallop him in the head. But I don't think the term bash the bishop should be used to mean masturbation, because quite a lot of Christians, a certain type of Christian, not all Christians, there's a certain type of Christian who believe that masturbation is a sin. They believe that having sexual thoughts is a sin. They believe that having sex is a sin, even in marriage. So if they manage to convert everyone, the popularity of the planet will die across a single generation. There'll be no next generation because no one will have sex. speaking of sex, that leads me nicely on to something else. Moving away from the funny sayings now, because I think I've run out of them. Oh, jumped right out of my skin. I've said that one, I think. That was a pain in the arse, that was. A pain in the arse, there's one. Everything's a pain in the arse. Like, fucking stop shouting like that, you're a pain in the arse. How are you a pain in the arse? When he's shouting, is he poking you in the bum? No. So why is he a pain in the arse? God, that car of mine, it's a pain in the arse. Well, stop sitting on it then. Yeah. You get right on my wick. You get on my wick? How can you get on someone's wick? It gets on my wick, that does. How can you get on someone's wick? What the fuck's a wick? I mean, candles have wicks. People don't have wicks. You can dip your wick, but that's different, you know. So you get right on my wick, you know. You can't get on someone's wick. Get on someone's nerves. You can't get on someone's nerves either, really, can you? Well, you're getting on my nerves. Oh yes, I'm gonna get on your nerves. Where's your nerves? Where's your nerves? Got to be around here somewhere. Been under your skin for starts, so. But yes, sex leads me nicely on to Africa. Africa. I had an advert on TV the other day. That's where my TV is. I'm not just pointing randomly towards the window, because that's where the window is as well. TV in front of the window. It's a genius idea. You know why? Because the window is the main source of light that comes into the room, apart from lights, obviously. Right? The TV is right in front of it. So there's no glare from the window on the TV when you're watching it. Because if my TV was over there, or over there, or over there, there would be glare on my TV from the window. Over there isn't. Always put your TV in front of the window. Okay. And if it's the front window of your house, you can watch TV and watch who's going past your house at the same time. But yeah, so I saw an advert on TV the other day. Oh, it was 3 days ago. It's probably been on again since, but I don't watch a lot of TV now because there's fuck all on. Said it's about Africans, you know, the whole giving them money thing again, you know, that old crap. It said 200 African children die every day from drinking dirty water. If 200 children died every day, then that would mean that 7,800 and no, it's 7,900 children would die in Africa every year. I think I might have worked that out correctly. It's twice 365 and then times it by... No, I'm wrong. No. 70,000. There's 79,000 children. If I'm wrong, just comment about it. Yeah, right. But if, yeah, I think it's 79,000 because it's 2 times 365 and then times it by 100 because it's times by 200. Right, so 79,000 African children die every year from drinking dirty water. If 79,000 African children died every year from drinking dirty water, there'd be no fucking children in Africa within about a year anyway. So the advertising campaign is basically send some money to help these children drink clean water, because if you don't, there'll be no one to send the money to. But if there's no one to send the money to, then what's the point in telling us to send the money? And it's the parents' fault. Well, it's the government's fault the kids are starving, but it's the parents' fault the kids are starving. And let me explain that one before you start being all arsey on me. Right. Put yourself in their shoes. Not literally. That's another one. That's another funny saying. Put yourself in my shoes. Can't, that won't fit. Right, put yourself in their shoes, right? You're an African man or an African woman in one of these villages where you're all starving. Right? You're starving, your husband or wife is starving. You're both starving. Your neighbours are starving, your fucking people across the road from you are starving, the black guy walking past your house is starving. Everybody in your village is starving. Right? You're all starving. I look like Jesus just then. You're all starving. Okay? Alright? And you turn to your husband or your wife and you say, God, we're both starving, darling. What are we going to do? And your wife or husband turns around to you and says, let's have sex. Now, I'm not saying that having sex is a bad thing, because it isn't. Because having sex is a good thing. It's one of our main things to do to procreate and to keep the population going, and and it's fun. It is. Anyone who says sex isn't fun, you're a fucking Christian. Or you just got a really crap lover. In which case, get a new one. Jesus. No, don't get Jesus. Ugh, you look funny trying to say Jesus, wouldn't you? Ugh. Doesn't bear thinking about. That's another one. Doesn't bear thinking about. So you say them when you don't even notice, and when you're trying to think of them, gone clear right out of your head. Doesn't bear thinking about. That one makes no sense to me whatsoever. Because the right bear, as in B-E-A-R, as in, feeling a bit grisly. So it doesn't bear thinking about. Like, and I was telling him, bear with me. But yeah, so they decide to have sex. Now, if you're a starving African man or starving African woman, and your husband or wife is starving, and your neighbours are starving, and everybody else in your village is starving, why, oh why, oh why, oh why, oh why, if you are both starving, would you decide to have sex? I mean, I know it's, it takes your mind off the fact that you're starving for a while, well, for at least a couple of hours. Depends how long you can go for. Then again, if you're starving, you're probably not going to go for very long, are you? So yes, you're starving, and you decide to have sex, but you know that you've got no contraception, right? Because you can't afford contraception, because if you had money, you'd buy food, right? So you have sex knowing that this is probably going to give you a baby, which means another mouth to feed when you've got no food. But you do it anyway, huh? So you're an African man or an African woman, and your husband or wife are in bed with you, and you're having sex, knowing that you're going to produce a child that's going to need feeding. It's going to need more fucking food than you do. But you know you haven't got food because you're starving. So you're having sex, you're whacking away. You like that, darling? You're whacking away like you do. Yeah, and you can already think in your head, this is going to produce a child, this is going to produce a child, this is going to produce a child. You think about millions of other things as well, because your brain, works that way. But you yourself are thinking, oh, this is going to cause a child, this is going to cause a child, this is going to cause a child. God, I'm hungry. No, right? So you're having sex knowing you're going to have a kid out of it, eventually. 9 months later, lo and behold, kid's born. Obviously you're going to know before 9 months, because she's going to whoo, and she's going to whoo, but yeah, and she's going to, like you do, but yeah, 9 months later, baby's born, yeah, and you go, shit. I crouched down when I said that, so it looked like I was going to have a shit. Shit. Don't shit your pants. No. Yeah, so then you have a baby. So now you have 3 people that need to eat when you've got no food, because you're all starving, and it's been 9 months and you're still starving. How you managed to survive 9 months without dying, I have no idea, but yeah. So now you've got a kid. And then they're putting these advertising campaigns in the UK, and probably in America, and in other countries that have quite a bit of money, I mean, my American viewers, do you get these adverts? You know, send just £2 a month to help this little girl and thousands of children like her in her village get clean, fresh drinking water. Yeah, blah blah blah. Grains of rice. You know, that sort of thing. You probably get no adverts. Tell me if you do. I mean, we do. We get a shitload of them. We get them for our helping put in water pumps into these villages so they can have fresh, clean drinking water. We get it for food distribution and medical supplies, and sending the Red Cross guys out there and all this shit. And, you know, we already have Save the Children out there all the time doing whatever they're doing with all the money they make from the charity shops around the country. God knows how much money they make from the charity shops around the country, because money is really tight right now in this country because, you know, recession and everything. But it's really tight in America, I think, isn't it, for some people? But, you know, so money's quite tight, so probably, you know, I mean, people only go to charity shops. Well, from my experience, people go to charity shops to buy specific things, and that's only if they either A, want them, or B, need them. Now, if it's need, obviously they've got to buy it. If it's want, well, they can do without it for a while, you know, so they might decide not to go and buy it, which means there's less money for the charity shop, right? I mean, the only thing I sort of go and buy from charity shops is like belts. If I need a new belt, you know, I need a trousers belt, you know, if I need a new belt, I will go to a charity shop and buy a belt. Because for some reason, charity shops have a lot of belts, especially ones like Help the Aged, or what's the other one? Oxfam. Oxfam's a very, you know, very nationwide charity shop circuit, and they seem to have a lot of belts and ties. If you ever need a tie, go to your local Oxfam, seriously, because you will find ties of all different colours. You will find regular ties, you know, like your typical black tie, or your blue tie, whatever. You'll find striped ties, you will find checkered ties, you will find dotted ties, you will find dotted and striped ties, you'll find ties that got little guitars on them, you'll find ties that have got footballs on them, golfers on them, whatever, aeroplanes, tanks, cars, bananas, you know. You can go to your local charity shop and you can find lots of ties and you can find lots of belts, which is a good thing, because people are normally going to want a tie or a belt for some reason, you know, because you're always going to need a belt to hold your trousers up, unless you're one of these people that buys trousers exactly your size, which means you don't allow for growth or shrinkage. And I'm not talking about penises either. Well, I'm talking about penises because only they would buy them, probably. But I always buy trousers that are either. Well, I normally buy trousers that are like a little bit bigger than me, so I can get my. It's gonna sound incredibly rude, but so I can get my hand down them, right? If I can get my hand in my trousers while they're done up, that's good, right? And I know that I can, you know, there's enough space in them, so if I go out round the piss and I get a little beer gut, I can still put the fuckers on in the morning. That's the point, you know. Or if I eat a bit too much food over the course of the week and get a bit fat, and I can, you know, still wear them. I never buy trousers exactly my size. I can't buy trousers exactly my size anyway, because if I buy trousers exactly my size in the waist, they're too short in the leg. And if I buy the exact same right size in the leg, they're too big in the waist. These ones are perfectly right size in the leg and too big in the waist. That's why I can get my whole hand down them. But then I can usually get my whole hand down my jeans anyway, it's weird. But yeah. So all this money, you know, gets sent over to Africa and whatever. So what did it do with it? I mean, we have comic relief in this country. I don't know what they have in other countries. We're only going to talk about what we do in this country for the moment. In this country we have this thing called comic relief, which we do every year, and we raise millions of pounds. How we manage to raise millions of pounds when the whole country is in a recession, I have no idea. But yeah, we raise millions of pounds and then we send it over to Africa, which would actually be that way, because it's southeast. So yeah, so it's more south than east, but yeah. So we send it over to Africa, and again, it's millions upon millions of pounds, which with the exchange rate is a lot more money by the time it gets there. So what do they do with it? I mean, the amount of money we send them in 1 year could sort everything out. So why hasn't it? And we've been sending them it every year. Every year we send them millions of pounds. If you say we send them, because we normally around like 4 or more million pounds. So let's say 4 million every year, right? Then in 3 years, that's 12 million pound, right? So in 6 years, that's 24 million pound. I wish I had 24 million pound. So let's say, right, 6 years we sent over 24 million pound. We probably sent more than that, but yeah. 24 million pound in 6 years, right? 24 million is more than enough to sort out all the problem that they had with water and everything, right? Plus they get the money from the charity shops, Save the Children charity shops, which is quite a lot as well, actually, considering. So they get quite a lot of money sent over there. So what happens to it all? Where does it all go? My theory is that it never actually gets to the people. Well, it doesn't get to the people who need it, because otherwise they wouldn't need it anymore, would they? And my theory is, because we always send it like to their, like, the people in charge of the country. You know, I mean, Africa's not a country, is it? It's a continent. And it's little countries inside, you know, like Nigeria, Ghana, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I don't think Ghana a country. I have no idea now. We got like Nigeria, and then Niger, and all these other little countries, all of it. It's like America, but America has states, and this has countries. Might be wrong. I'm sure it is, but yeah. So we send it over to whichever country it is that it needs all this water, or whatever, it needs all the money for whatever reason, and we give it to whoever's in charge of that particular country. Of course, it never actually gets to the people who need it. So the only thing that could logically be happening is we give it to the people in charge of the country, and they keep it all. I think what probably happens is we give it to whoever's in charge of the country, and they decide what to spend them, or what to use the money on, right? Which obviously isn't on what it's needed for. Of course, the only way to make sure that the people who need it get the money is to send someone over there directly to go up to the people who need it and go, there you go, here's some money, 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 and you, here's some money, here's some money, here's some money, here's some money, hello little fella, here's some money. Yeah. Yeah. Because that's the only way you're going to get them some money. Unless you fly over in a plane and just like dump it all outside. Make sure it's notes and not coins, otherwise you'll kill a lot of people. Although there will be less people that need the money. I just imagine that in my head as well. This plane goes over, everyone goes splat. Big coin drops through their head. Oh dear. He's like, what's this on the floor, Dad? Oh, it's covered in... Oh, shit. What an image. Yeah. Because they're never going to get the money otherwise, are they? Because they haven't got the money yet, and they're never going to get the money, are they? They didn't get it last year, they didn't get it the year before, they're not going to get it this year, they're not going to get it next year, they're not going to get it any other year. Because wherever we send it to, it's not getting to who needs it. So we need to delegate some people to go over there and hand it to the people directly, you know. And then when they say, what is this thing you give us called money? You know, I'm going to explain what it is. You know, it's like, you know, you want food, don't you? Yeah? We use this to get food. Of course, then the only problem is the shop might not accept the money, you know. Like shops in England, right? Like, shops in England, right, are a bit funny about accepting money that isn't ours. It is ours, but it isn't ours, right? Like Scottish money, right? There's a big palaver over whether or not shops will accept Scottish money in this country. I don't know why. I mean, Scotland is part of England now. Well, it's not part of England, but you know, it's you know, part of the British Empire, if you want to call it that. You know, so is Northern Ireland, and so is Wales. So is Jersey. Go to Jersey, not New Jersey. I'm not talking about America here. I'm talking about Jersey. It's an island somewhere, and the Isle of Man. You know, and the Isle of Wight. Right? They all have their own coins. You know, like Scotland has their own coins. Jersey has their own coins. The Isle of Wight has their own coins. The Isle of Man has their own coins. Wales has their own coins. Northern Ireland has their own coins. But they all are accepted as legal forms of currency in England. Right? However, shops will just not accept them. And that's what I don't get. As long as it's got a picture of the Queen on the front, it's acceptable currency, basically. I think, I don't know whether they have the picture of the Queen on money in Australia. If any of my viewers are Australia, please tell me if you have the Queen on the front of your coins, because I'd love to know. Because Australia is meant to be part of England as well, isn't it? I mean, the Australian flag has got the Union Jack in the corner of it. I mean, I only know one bloke who goes to and from Australia a lot, but, you know, I haven't seen him in a while, so I can't really ask him. I think he went to Australia again. That's probably why I haven't seen him for a while. That was a couple of years ago. The point is, right, that as long as the coin's got the Queen's face on it, you know, it should be acceptable as legal currency. I should be able to go into the shop with it and use it. So if I've got £1.20 and I need £1.30, and then a 10p I've got is from Scotland, I should be able to pay about £1.30 and leave with my item, obviously. Whatever costs £1.30, I have no idea. Maybe it's reduced bottle of reduced can of Monster Energy drink. But yes. But some shops, especially like supermarkets, will not accept Scottish, Welsh, Irish, Isle of Wight, Isle of Man, Jersey coins in the fucking shop. I don't know why. I mean, they're all made by the fucking, you know, the National Treasury, or whatever you want to call it. They're all like got the Queen's face on the front of them. They all say the right amount of money on the front of them. Like if it's a 20p, it says 20p, you know, whatever on the front of it, or on the back of it, or one or the other. Right, so they're all, you know, proper coins. It's just shops, certain shops just won't accept them, and it's like, why? It's like you're holding me up, and you're holding up this whole line of people because you won't serve this man because 20 pence of his money is from Scotland. Just take the 20 fucking pence from Scotland, let him go about his business, let me get served and let them get served, and then we'll all be happy. It's not his fault he's been to Scotland. It's probably quite nice to go to Scotland, actually. I mean, I wouldn't mind going to Scotland at some point. I wouldn't mind going to Ireland either. I mean, my ancestors are Irish, so I wouldn't mind going to Ireland. we got this unpopular view of the Irish in England. Yeah. In England, we seem to think that all Irish people just get pissed a lot. And I was talking to an Irish person about this once, and he said, well, that's technically correct, but it's also wrong. He said, Irish people don't get pissed. We can handle our drink. And he said that to me, and I instantly started laughing, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious. But yeah, it's probably correct. But we have this thought in this country that Irish people, like Irish men, are always in the pub getting pissed, and they beat their wives and whatever and all that crap. I mean, even if it was true in the old years ago, I don't think it's true now. If it was ever true in the first place. If it was, then it was. But if it wasn't, then where did this thought about it come from? You know, someone just invented one day. Oh yes, well don't trust the Irish because they beat their wives. It's like, it just wouldn't. I mean, you can make up lots of stuff about people, and some of it could be barely believable. But to make up that an entire country of people, the men beat their wives and get pissed all day, is well, it's a contradiction for a start, because if they're getting pissed all day, they haven't got time to beat their wives, and if you're getting pissed all day, by the time you get home, you're that fucking drunk, you know, that you won't be able to hit your wife, because you'd swing at her and miss, you know, you'd be like, come here, bitch, what'd you move for? I didn't, darling. Well, you fucking did, because I missed you. Now, come here, you fucking... Like that, actually. Because they spent all day getting pissed. Not only would they be dead by the end of the week, or even by the end of the day, depending on what they were drinking, their livers would be fucked, and they wouldn't be able to find their way home, let alone manage to find their wife in their house and hit her. Because you'd stumble through the door, stumble up the stairs, if you managed to get that far, stumble into the bedroom and flop on the bed, and the only way you'd hit your wife is if she's laid in it asleep and you happen to fall on her. It's like, flat. Sorry, mate. Yeah, sorry, darling. Leave it to me. I'm going down the pub. That's actually nice. But yeah. Which means if someone didn't make it up, then the Irish must have been like that at some point. But I doubt it. But if they were, then who cares? They're obviously not like that now. Even if they were. So, yeah. I mean, I can't possibly comment because I wasn't alive back then, and I wasn't in Ireland back then, and I have no idea, because it's like trying to find out whether Tyrannosaurus Rex was a bit thick in the head. You know, it's one of the things that you're never going to find out. You know, imagine if Tyrannosaurus Rex was like the autistic dinosaur. Can you imagine that? An autistic dinosaur. Can you imagine that? A dinosaur with Down syndrome. Can you imagine a dinosaur with Tourette's? A dinosaur with Tourette's. Oh, that'd be great. Just like happily munching on the... Say it's a vegetarian dinosaur, you know, a herbivore. Say it's a herbivore, you know, it's down there in the tree, eating the grass, or shooting the tree, or whatever, you know. Bastard! Wanker! Cunt! Of course, I wouldn't know these words, because these are English words, and also human words. So they wouldn't know to say bastard, wanker, and cunt back in the dinosaur days. In fact, there's quite a lot of things. We make these programs on TV where they say things that they wouldn't be able to say back then. Like, there's a TV series on English television now. At the moment, it's probably been on American TV before, or it will be after. It's called Atlantis. It stars Mark Addy, who most people will remember as Fat Dave from the Full Monty. You know, do 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 do. You know. You were all getting worried there. I wondered how far I was going to go with it. Yeah, well, I couldn't strip on the internet anyway, could I? And who'd want to see me naked on the internet? Ugh. Even I wouldn't want to see me naked on the internet. I'd be fucking shocked if I was naked on the internet. I'd like, what the fuck is that? But yeah, so it's a TV series based around Atlantis, right? It's a theory of Atlantis, you know. We've all got this theory of Atlantis, right? Been around for a few years now. So this is meant to be set in Atlantis, right? And it's Jason and the Argonauts, right? So Jason from Jason and the Argonauts has somehow accidentally gone back in time or something and ended up in Atlantis, right? Where he befriends Pythagoras, as in the Pythagoras theorem, and Mark Addy plays Hercules, as in Hercules, as in Arnold Schwarzenegger. I am Hercules. Hercules would not need any money. That's a good film, actually. If you've never seen the film Hercules in New York with Arnold Schwarzenegger, watch it. Except he wasn't called Arnold Schwarzenegger in that, he was called Harold Strong. But yeah, it's a good film. So you got Hercules, you got Pythagoras, and you got Jason. And then in the last episode that was on recently, they found a baby called Oedipus. And we all know who Oedipus is. It's the baby that grew up, killed his father and married his own mother. Now that's a Jeremy Kyle episode, isn't it? You killed your father, you married your mother, and now you're having a child with her. So this child is not only your son, he is also your half brother. Brother son. What am I going to do with you? I'm going to kill you, Dad. Then I'm going to marry my mother. She'll be a bit old by the time she gets old enough to do that, mate. But yeah, that's a weird story, though, isn't it? You're born, you're put into exile, you come back, you kill your dad, and you marry your own mum. Ugh! Can you imagine that nowadays? God, they would be shot. Well, they wouldn't, but you can marry your cousin, which is brilliant. Well, I've only got one. Good thing is, if you can marry your cousin, you can marry your half cousins. I've got plenty of them. That's what I don't get. I've got one cousin, but I've got more half cousins, but they're not all from the same person. So I must have more than one cousin. But but let's get on with it. Yeah, so it's 2 years in, set around Atlantis, but the way it shows you Atlantis as the city, it looks more like ancient Greece. Really, like really narrow streets, and the soldiers are in charge and whatever. It's like you could be invaded at any minute by whoever. And you've got Hercules who wasn't in Atlantis, and you've got Pythagoras who wasn't in Atlantis, and now you've got Jason from Jason and the Argonauts, who is now in Atlantis, and now Oedipus, which wasn't anything to do with Atlantis. But yes, you got all these characters being brought into the series that aren't from anything to do with Atlantis. I mean, who's next? Fucking Julius Caesar's gonna arrive? Is fucking Cleopatra gonna arrive? Is Asterix and Obelix the Gauls gonna arrive? Who else is gonna arrive? Captain Caveman, is he gonna arrive? Captain Caveman! I know who's gonna turn up. Yvonne of the Yukon. Sacre bleu! No, let's be serious now. Who could turn up? Who's a historical character that could accidentally turn up in Atlantis? William Wallace, Barbarossa, Genghis Khan, Joan of Arc, you know, all those, you know, medieval people who did a lot of good stuff or bad stuff, depending on your point of view. Sharp's gonna turn up, Sean Bean, you know, with his rifle, you know. General Custer, General Grant and General Lee. Well, they're going to cause a civil war. No. But all these characters that turn up that have nothing to do with Atlantis, and it's fucking stupid. I mean, Medusa's in it, but she's not fucking Medusa as in, you know, Jason the Argonauts and whatever. It's Medusa as just a normal woman. It's not weird snake woman with snakes in her hair. It's just normal woman called Medusa. And it's a weird series, but it's not. I don't know what it's designed to be, because it can't be designed to be a comedy, because I mean it's funny in places, but it's not funny enough to be considered a comedy. Right? It's not dramatic enough to be a drama. Right? It's not romantic enough to be a romance. It's just a program that they put on every week, and like, it's absolutely stupid. But it's one of them absolutely stupid programs that you still want to watch. You know, it's like you sit there and you watch it, and you've watched it, and you go, well, that was fucking stupid. It really was. But then you'll still watch it next week. Not because there's nothing else on, but because you want to watch it. It's like you want to know how much more stupid it's gonna get. Yeah. It's just weird how the mind works. I've run out of things to talk about now. So yeah, I'll leave it at that, I guess. Made a few interesting comments about things, and yeah, whatever. I don't think there's much else that I can think of to talk about at the moment. Oh yeah. No. Wait. No. Thought I had something then. No. Right. Well. So. Thank you for watching this video. Sorry I haven't been uploading a lot recently. One problem I have got at the moment, which is really pissing me off, is the left button on my keyboard, you know, doesn't work anymore unless you press it really, really, really hard. It's like forward, backwards, right, left. And yeah, it just doesn't really work anymore. I have to really force the button down for it to even just go to the left, and then it'll just go. Yeah. So if I'm playing like Unreal Tournament, you know, side step to the right, side step to the right, I have to force the button down to make it go left, and it'll just go like this, and it'll probably fall off a cliff or something, or get stuck up a wall with it sideways, like, you know. So you know, so I'm gonna have to either see if I can fix that, or I can't play Unreal Tournament. And so move around some buttons. Other than that, I just really haven't had anything to record. I'm going to try and record a bit more Monopoly Tycoon, just for shits and giggles, basically. I don't record that for any sort of purpose. I just record it because I can, basically. Because can. I'm going to be, if it lets me, I'm going to be recording some more Facebook games, because I started that series called Diablo Plays Facebook Games, and I got a few more to do. I got three more to do, I think. Yeah. So that's gonna be fun when I decide to sit down and do that. I could play a little more Diablo 2, which could be good. I am looking for someone to play Diablo 2 with, so if you're someone who likes to play Diablo 2, then get in touch, whether by comment or by message, and I'll happily set up a game and play some Diablo 2 with you. I'm not using the expansion pack because I haven't got it, basically. I could buy it, I guess, but you know. So I'm using, like, you know, I've got classic Diablo 2, you know, and whatever. You know. So if anyone wants to play, just let me know, and we can have a gaming session, and maybe we can record it. You know, maybe we can both upload it. That might be quite good. Still trying to get like more people to play other games with me. Obviously at the minute I can't play anything that's gonna need the left arrow key. Although I'll probably go out and buy a USB keyboard, and that'll sort that problem out. Or it might not. Hopefully it does. I'll buy a little USB keyboard. Well, I don't mean a little USB, I mean a USB keyboard, you know. Then I can use my laptop like a computer then instead. Because then the screen could be in the middle of the desk, and my keyboard could be here, my mouse could be here, like I normally am with my computer. Which needs fixing. I'll have to get that fixed at some point. It's got a problem with it. It's not recognising the hard drive for some reason. So yeah, probably a loose cable, or and I hope this isn't the case, the hard drive's fucked. Let's just hope it's a loose cable, because if the hard drive's fucked, I'm gonna be pissed off, because I've got stuff on that I can't get anymore. I hate when you've got stuff on something that you can't get anymore, and it knackers. Like my old phone, you know, my old one of these. Right, lots of people who have known me for years know that I had a silver one of these. Oh, I got a message. I had a silver one of these, right? Sony Ericsson W595. That's silver. I had a silver one. It wasn't like made of silver. It was just silver coloured, and it's broken. Now, thankfully, most of the stuff that was on it was on the memory card, so I just took the memory card out and stuck it in this one when I bought it. Quite simple. But some of the stuff was on the phone, and I can't remember what it was. Now I know some of it was mobile phone numbers, you know, because they save things into your memory. Yeah, because some of it because that goes into your phone or into your SIM. And some of the numbers saved into the phone, not into the SIM, because I didn't have any space left on my SIM, apparently, or it just didn't want to work. So I've got lots of phone numbers on that phone, and I've got lots of fucking pictures and things on it. You know, memory's pretty much filled up, and I have no way of getting them because the front sliding bit has come apart from the back bit. And even though you don't need the front bit to connect it to a computer to get stuff off, every time I connect it to my computer, it doesn't work. It lights up and everything, but it never fucking does anything. It's really annoying. But if I ever manage to get all the stuff off that, it'd be great. Of course, then I've got to get my computer fixed, which I'm hoping is just a loose cable. The last time my computer was knackered, it was the power supply that was fucked. I know it's not the power supply this time, because you can still switch it on. You can still switch it on. It'll load up, but it'll load up and it'll say there's a problem with the hard drive, and then it'll give up and stop, and it'll just sit there with that message to play on the screen, and it's really, really, really annoying. So I need to sort that out. Like I say, it's probably a loose cable. I'll probably be able to fix it. It's just a matter of just pushing the cable back in properly, or taking it out and putting it back in, or whatever, you know. might need to buy a new cable. That's unusual if you have to buy a new cable, but yeah. Hopefully going to be playing more other things, like I'll still do some of my really crap quality pointing the laptop webcam at the TV and recording stuff. I've got some games down here that I could record if I wanted to. I've still got Midnight Club, obviously. Got Mercenaries 2, still got Final Fantasy 12, and I've got stuff like Red Faction 2, Hitman Blood Money, obviously, Gun, if I decide I want to call it Gun. I've got Broken Sword, the Sleeping Dragon. I don't think I'll be doing that. Then I've got like Metal Gear Solid, the original Metal Gear Solid, you know. Don't worry, every time you die, that chick goes Smash! God, that got annoying, didn't it? That's the reason I stopped playing it. Of course, I mean, my GameCube in here as well, so I've got all my GameCube games I could do it on. I've got Medal of Honor, Rising Sun, you know, Super Smash Brothers, Wrestling, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, blah blah blah, Metroid Prime, you know, all this other stuff, Star Fox Adventures. As long as it doesn't look too terrible on the screen, I'll play anything and record it. Of course, then I've got things on here like Diablo 2, StarCraft. I can't recall the StarCraft though, it won't let me. Diablo 2. I'm still looking for a way to record Roller Coaster Tycoon, because I've got lots of cool roller coaster designs that I'd like to show you. That might end up being a collaboration type video, because I can use Skype to share my desktop screen to whoever I'm doing a Skype call with, so I can get them to record it while I play the game, I guess, maybe. So if you're interested in helping me in that way, then let me know. Any games you've seen me playing on my profile, you know, any of the games that are obviously on the computer, which would be things that have been recorded directly on it, which would be like Unreal Tournament, Diablo 2, whatever, I can't think of the rest of them. But yeah, but basically, whatever game is a computer game, as long as I don't have to press the left button, as long as they're still playable online, I can play them with you. I mean, I've got Unreal Tournament. Of course, I've got Unreal Tournament. I've got Red Alert 2. I've got Command & Conquer Red Alert 2 on here now. So if you can still play that online, that'd be great. I mean, apparently you can, but it won't let me for some reason. Even though my account name and password and everything is all perfectly valid and all that crap. Yeah, so yeah, I'm looking for people to play some of my games with. I'm going to see if I can record Tackle on the Fringe without many problems. I don't need the right mouse button for that, because I don't use the right mouse button. I don't need the left keyboard button for that, because I use the mouse basically. Well, when I get my computer sorted, I'm going to get a new joystick, and I'm going to see if I can't update the software on my computer to allow me to use Fraps or Cam Studio, probably Cam Studio, and record games that I've got as discs, because with my laptop I've got no disc player. So I use like either games that don't need a disc, or games that do need a disc, and then I use something like Demon Tools as a virtual disc player, basically. But I do own the games, that's the thing. One game I have got onto my laptop recently, which I'm not going to be able to play unless I change some of the buttons around, is the original Deus Ex. I put this on my laptop using clever file management. I'll tell you what I did basically. I installed the game onto a different computer, used a memory stick to transfer it onto my laptop, and to get rid of the whole you need this to play, you need this to play, you need this to play, you modify one of the files. You don't have to download a crack or anything like that. You modify one of the files so that it doesn't tell you to insert a disk, because you don't need the disk to play. I don't know why it tells you to do. You delete something, or you modify something. I can't remember what I did now. I found it on the internet anyway. And you modify one of the files, and it allows you to play it without a disk all the time, which is good. So like I do own the game. It's not like I'm getting it illegally or anything. And all the games I've got on my laptop I actually do own as well, except American Mickey's Alice, because I've been trying to buy that for fucking years and can't find it anyway. Can't even find it on eBay. Not that I'd buy it on eBay anyway. I haven't looked on eBay for it in years. But yeah, anyone who wants to play whatever with me, I don't mind. Any other sort of collaborations, like if you want me to be a guest commentator on one of your videos, or you'd like to be a guest commentator on one of my videos, perfectly fine. If you want to do a Skype call conversation, that's perfectly fine, If you want to record something like that for YouTube, I don't mind. Just another video, innit? As long as people are going to watch it, keep doing it, And I'm going to try and do a lot more of these face-to-face videos, all the different ones, I mean, this is like this particular one is like a random bollocks and an update together. It's a bollocks update, and if I make a mistake, it's a bollocks update. Oh, see, my logic there, right? But yeah, other than that, I can't really think of anything else to talk about, and I can't think of anything else to mention. But I am going to be trying to do another Beautiful Friends and Beautiful Eyes video again quite soon, so anyone who's interested in that can let me know. I'll be notifying people about it on all various websites and whatever. But if you're a YouTube user and you want to be in it, then let me know somehow. That's probably a message thing, so let me know which video it is do you want to be in, and but then you're going to need to send me some pictures so I can actually put in them. So yeah, that might be fun. But most people who get involved with it are quite happy with how it turns out and all that sort of thing. And there are some people that I use every single time. I just try and get like new pictures of them normally. So yeah. And I've started working on another Total Eclipse video because I know people like them, and I'm trying to learn some more songs. You know what that's for? Well, it's for karaoke really, but it's not for karaoke, but that can be what it's for as well. But it's mainly for those videos. So yeah, I've got quite a lot of things that I'm going to be doing, hopefully. So thank you all for watching, and you'll see me again very soon. Or you'll see another video or something. Yeah. See you later.